When I pull up with the Uso. Bass bump with the Uso. When I run the back, run with the Uso. Killer B, then we just cruise though. Yeah, we live it large, we the big Uso. Yeah, we live it large, we the big Uso. When I pull up with the Uso. Bass bump with the Uso. When I run the back, run with the Uso. Killer B, then we just cruise though. Yeah, we live it large, we the big Uso. Yeah, we live it large.
Yo, welcome to the very first episode of New Series. You're here with Johns, Martin, Miles.
Kia ora, everybody.
Not producer Miles in this show.
Not producer Miles, apparently.
He is not producer Miles.
This one will be produced by Mighty Beats.
Yeah. This is in front of the camera, Miles.
No one asked for it, but he's here.
Yeah. But he
not like, not on fan demand.
Nah. Everyone wanted you in front of the camera, mate. So we're happy to have you here. But no, basically we wanted to do a little series on a little side hustle that we've created that not many of them may know about.
Yeah. Also, as far as they're concerned, the whole thing might be a side hustle.
True. This is true. So
you got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Love that for you.
So
love that for you. Okay.
Hey, love that for you, but you got to focus on.
That's gonna come back to butter.
Yeah. Exactly. Hey, you got to focus on your real, the real world. Okay. No. So some of you may consider this a side hustle, aka set the tone. But we've got a second side hustle that you may not know about. We've sort of tried to hawk it a little bit in the podcast and other places, but we've done a terrible job, which we'll get into.
We've struggled with it.
Yeah, which we'll get into. But essentially, it's a vintage T-shirt reselling business, I suppose. And it's called
side hustle.
Side hustle. And it's called Crew Apparel. Crew_apparel on Instagram. Go check us out.
Check it out.
But we wanted to create this little series to essentially give you guys a look into what goes into creating, a business.
Just creating something in general from scratch.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And like we wanted to sort of walk you through what goes into something like that, and not really hide anything. Pull back the curtain.
Yeah, within reason.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
We won't talk about the time me and Miles got into it a little bit. And,
as real as we can be.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Things got a bit ugly, but do you guys either of you wanna kick it off? Where how it came about, where it all started?
Yeah. What's the origin story?
Yeah, give us the origin story, mate.
The origin story.
That's what the people want.
Well, it was the year of 2020.
Yeah.
The year
way
of
back
when.
Yeah.
The year of all sorts.
Yeah.
Was it me?
Yeah, basically you. This guy, man.
I don't want to step on any toes here, I don't want to step on any toes.
But basically you and.
Was it me?
Wait, did I come up with this? I'm so confused right now. Basically, you and another friend of ours, a common friend of ours,
who should be here eventually,
and he will be in another episode, decided that, hey, look, this sounds like a cool idea. We want to get into it.
Yeah.
Let's get it popping.
Yeah, start it. Like, why not?
Yeah. So who came up with Crew?
The name?
Yeah, the name.
Yeah. The name was all Eddie.
Right. Eddie's our other friend. Yes.
Eddie, you'll see more of him soon.
Yeah.
If he decides to.
Who came up with the unique spelling, the clever spelling?
Me.
Oh, nice.
Right.
Yeah.
That was a dynamic duo.
Mate, that was 50-50 right there.
Because I wasn't sold on the name.
Yeah.
But he was, he was sold on it. So I was like, well, at least let's misspell it.
Yeah. So you did what you do best, which is remix it.
Remix, yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to hear some other remixes, hit our SoundCloud.
Yeah. There we go.
There we go. All sorts, mate.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just essentially like, why not?
Yeah.
Why not start something? I come from a business background.
Yeah.
So I thought like I could take the lead on that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And like the back end. And Eddie being the people's man that he is.
He confronted a little bit.
It.
Yeah.
So hopefully one day he can front it. But that's all part of it,
Totally.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And
so
we're here now.
Yeah.
We're here now. Yeah. So I guess the next step would be. So how did you go about finding these vintage pieces and stuff?
Look.
Well, before that, I was gonna ask did you do any background research into what goes into?
Oh well, first off, yeah, like most of us, I was a consumer.
Yeah, totally.
But for about 5-6 years.
Yeah.
Essentially, since we've been removed from high school.
Yeah.
Like got into that sort of thing. So obviously a consumer first.
Yeah.
So that's part of the market research, I guess.
Yeah.
Just knowing what you like and where you can find it, and then obviously doing actual research.
Yeah.
To go and like figure out how they actually source it.
Yeah.
We'll just have a little break. You want to talk about something?
Well, I was just gonna talk about go check out Set the Tone. Yeah. So did you we've got to keep an eye on that because we got to.
Oh no, I know.
Yeah.
Look, don't
Okay.
worry.
No. It's not your first time
It's
producing.
not my first record.
Yeah. I get that. So you did a little bit of background research. You were a consumer first, obviously.
Consumer first, so yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so knew what I liked, knew what we would like, sort of thing, and the aesthetic, and then just had to figure out how to source these pieces.
Yeah.
And it's tough because like the easiest way to do it is just to buy in like bulk because you save money.
Yeah.
But then if you buy in bulk, you don't sell it. So
Which
we had
is-
to,
yeah.
So we had to start
Yeah.
we had to start somewhere. Just like I had to like just Google like all sorts, and I ended up in like page 14 and 15 of Google search.
Yeah.
And I've never been that far
Trying to find a supplier.
trying to find a supplier.
Yeah.
I've never been like past page 1
Yeah.
on any Google search. Oh, you've been on it.
no, yeah. Look,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes to
Sometimes
get the best content,
Yeah, you got to.
page 20, 22,
Yeah.
Is that-
108, 109,
Right.
maybe. You never know.
You never know. You know,
No,
some of
But
it.
the browser has to be incognito for that one, eh?
Yes, it does.
Just to clarify.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Look,
to
I don't
clarify-
want Zuckerberg to know what I'm doing.
Nah, exactly.
Right?
No.
Don't trust. Say myself.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So yeah.
And so, sorry, did you have another question? And so I guess the next thing would be, what made you go, okay, let me just get, either, into the 4, 5, 10 pieces, just to trial it out. Like, what made you get 702?
Look, it's 507.
Yeah.
But what now? Looking back, what made me do that was my lack of knowledge.
Yeah, that's why.
You know?
That's why I started that off with background
But
research.
that's what it is, you know.
Yeah.
It would like so. Yeah, we spoke about it last year. Bought a lot of pieces, like
Yeah.
like relative to what we should have bought.
Yeah.
Or like
Yeah.
that's purely on me.
Yeah.
But like it was like I weighed it up and it was like a risk to reward. I was happy to take that risk.
Mm.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I saw it as like worst case scenario. We have pieces to wear,
Yeah.
You
Right.
know?
Right.
and yeah. So like yeah, it was quite risky. If I had my time back, not too phased.
Yeah, but probably maybe wouldn't buy as many.
Yeah.
Which
If someone were to ask me going forward, I'd tell them just chill.
don't overstock.
Don't overstock.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah.
So, you know how you said you were on page 14?
Yeah.
And then you eventually selected a supplier.
Mm.
Can you tell us like a little bit about the supplier and who?
Yeah, like what was that process like?
Yeah. So like I said, page 14 or something. Because I had to find someone who wasn't like hectic with the price.
Yeah.
And wouldn't like they wouldn't make you. Their minimums weren't too hectic as well.
Minimum amounts.
Minimum you can purchase.
Okay. Yeah.
So some of them they tell you like you can get super cheap pieces,
Mm.
but you have to buy X amount. And
I
X
see.
amount normally when you're buying in bulk is a lot.
Yeah.
And so I had to find someone who like we had to meet on the middle ground.
Yeah.
So I didn't want the minimums to be too crazy,
Yeah.
and then I also needed them to be reliable
Right.
because you can just find like a random, and then they not be reliable. They just send you like stupid pieces.
Yeah.
Look, not gonna lie, we still got a
And
few.
we've definitely got a few stupid pieces.
yeah. But anyway, yeah, like, and then we figured that out
Yeah.
eventually, and then now we're on like we're more like genuinely handpicked now.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
from where we are now. Yeah.
So I'm sure we'll get into that as well.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And where's the supplier based?
The original one,
Yeah.
Florida.
Right. So you're getting pieces from old Corona State.
State.
Corona State.
Corona free though.
Corona free. There we go.
Yeah. Corona free.
They were wild at one point,
Yeah.
but now only like 60%. Yeah. So still good.
Yeah. No. And then so now you've got this fucking house full of inventory.
Studio.
Yes.
Studio full of
you've got the studio full of inventory, and you decide, hey, look, I need to sell these somewhere.
Yeah.
And how did you decide where to sell the pieces?
I think that's on us now.
Okay.
You know, like by now.
Oh, we're all included.
We're all
okay.
into this now.
Okay.
you know?
Yeah.
And this is an interesting part because when we were deciding to where to sell, we had like a certain like aesthetic in mind.
Yeah.
And a way of selling.
Yeah.
And so that the way our way of selling would lead to Shopify.
Yeah, we basically wanted to make it as like real as possible, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
as
for us and the end consumer.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, do you want to chime in?
Well, I was just gonna say because to me, like anytime you sell through like Facebook and Instagram, it's very like I don't know, just sort of back road. You know, like it's not as clean.
Yeah.
In terms of a process.
Yeah, there's
Well,
no
it
like
feels like
official thing about it.
Exactly.
It doesn't
yeah.
feel like an official avenue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. And so for me at least, I'm sure for all of us, we wanted to keep it as like official and like
Yeah, it almost feels like instead of going to I Love Ugly,
yeah,
purchasing from their counter,
yeah,
you buy from someone selling outside.
yeah,
That's
exactly.
almost that's the best analogy I can think of.
Yeah, exactly. And because these places aren't even traditional marketplaces like Trade Me or whatever, they're just social media sites that people use to,
Yeah.
you know,
And
use
out
it.
the gate, going into it, we didn't want to feel like that or come across like that.
Nah, exactly. We want it to be a very real thing.
That's where we could have done more market research and figured out why maybe people
Oh, 100%.
didn't go down that avenue.
Yeah.
But that, you know,
Even some of the like quite large ones, why
Yeah.
they didn't.
even some, yeah.
Exactly.
Like following of thousands still.
Yeah.
Who you think would move like, you know, a significant
to
amount
like
of
a-
pieces.
So like an official e-commerce platform.
Yeah.
Because the whole website, the rationale behind that was because you wanted to separate yourself from the
Totally.
competition.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
totally.
then, we also have to like take into consideration others don't necessarily consume the same we do, you know,
Yeah.
in terms of just in general.
Yeah.
And we were trying to project something like something we would love, which is something we still do,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
but like, you know, with adjusted as well.
So yeah, we were sort of moving through our lens, which is completely understandable, but
Yeah.
maybe not necessarily like the best way to go about it.
It's essentially wanting to run before you can walk.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's what it is.
Exactly. Well, I just wanted to quickly back up a few steps. So now you've got this inventory. The plan is to obviously sell these pieces.
Yeah.
So you hit up Miles and I. This is where we come into the picture. We haven't been a part of this process thus far. So it's just been you and Eddie going
no,
about it.
Eventually, like I was wanting to get you guys involved, but I wanted to establish it first.
Yeah, totally.
But then you learn things along the way.
Yeah. So this is where Miles and I come into the picture, and Martin basically introduces it as like, hey, look, we're looking to sell these vintage pieces. What do you guys think? But and we're keen to help out because at this point it's literally just helping out. We think we're just, I don't know about you, Miles, but we think we're just like
just lending them a hand.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like bringing a little bit of like extra pair of hands essentially.
Yeah.
And so we're like, okay, cool. Like, yeah, this sounds awesome. Let's make like awesome promos and fucking like
Oh man, no promos.
like oh man, we'll just come out with a bang. We'll come out swinging. This will be great. And so the whole point was to have like a
Bloody hindsight, eh?
yeah, man. Hindsight's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
The whole point was to have like a sick, huge launch.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, Martin absolutely just threw us under the bus with because he just put a launch date up onto the Instagram and Miles and I are like,
Look,
next week.
how are diamonds made?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Under pressure, man.
How are diamonds made?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Martin's just like, yeah, so the Saturday launching, and we're
No. Gave you 2 Saturdays.
it's Friday already.
I gave us a whole fortnight.
Yeah, so
you know what I mean?
So the boss man gave us a deadline, and we were like, okay, well, we'll do our best. And so the strategy was, on this date, we're gonna launch this flash new website that we've spent hours building, and we're gonna launch a awesome promo video that's gonna tell everyone about us, and fucking everyone's gonna find out,
Yeah.
and the shirts are gonna sell out
Sell
in
like
no time.
wildfire. Yeah.
And so, what happens then?
Can I just pause you there?
Yeah, go.
Yeah.
Whatever anyone wants to do, whatever it is, you can do research. Don't ever get comfortable with the amount of research you've done.
Oh, 100%.
If you think you've done enough, do more.
Yeah, and don't
You know?
think you like just because something's like quite familiar to you in terms of like you're a consumer. Don't think you know everything about
Yeah.
that world or how it works.
Just ask questions.
Yeah,
Ask anyone. Just ask questions. Get different perspectives.
100%.
But
And-
carry on.
Yeah, and I'll just say one more thing to that. It's like if something looks really easy in the sense that everyone's doing it, it's not like it's not as easy as it looks, man. Like heaps and heaps of people like put lots of work into this stuff,
Oh, absolutely. Which we soon found out.
which we very quickly found out. So
We're constantly figuring it out.
yeah, we're finding it out till
Yeah.
this day.
Every day we find something out.
Yeah.
Find something new every day.
Yeah, and so Miles and I, the absolute creative brains that we are, we're like, okay, cool, man. Like, this is great. We can make something for you, for the brand, really. So we have a few ideas, and then we sort of settle on one, which is to create or to recreate / mesh us in the shirts along with Drake's "Laugh Now, Cry Later" video.
Yeah.
And so we spend a fucking scorcher of a day.
Yeah.
Mad hours. Just
Mad hours all
Yeah.
day, just
shooting and then piecing it together.
exactly filming it, whatever.
You guys piecing it together. But
I worked on the edit and then brought it back to the group, and everyone sort of watched it and went,
but when's the promo start?
"What have we got here, eh?"
It's because the funniest part about that was when we were filming it, we were like, bro,
So
this
hype,
is
like,
on.
This is,
Yeah.
We're like, people are gonna
this is
line
like,
up to buy these shit.
You guys,
100%.
you guys can quit your jobs yesterday because if like these ad agencies, if these companies don't line up to sign
Yeah.
you guys up
Yeah.
and have me manage you guys, there is, this is the video
This is gold right here.
of the decade.
No, yeah. Not only that, it's like going back to if something looks easy, it's fucking not.
Oh,
Like
no.
how hard is it to like shoot a tiny little video? We're literally in the sun there, like watching the music video on someone's iPhone, sun like glaring at it. We're like, yeah, that looks
That's
alright. It was
close
close
enough,
enough.
close
Looks
enough.
good. Looks
And then,
good.
Yeah.
and then we get back, we see the footage, and it's just like, bro,
Yeah.
like what do we do all day?
Yeah.
yeah.
If anything, that video brought us down to earth because
Yeah.
Very
we,
quickly.
we saw what multi-million-dollar production really looks like.
Yeah, exactly.
So when you line up Drake's video
Yeah.
at the Nike headquarters and then us at Crum Park,
Yeah, oh, mate.
there's a
It's
big
just-
difference.
It's just Drake and then fake.
Yeah.
you know?
There's a big difference.
Light years doesn't even like cover it.
Nah. Elon couldn't send a spaceship out to track where we were, mate.
Yeah.
We're so far
we were
out.
so far apart. But anyway, we carried on. We were like,
Yeah.
it's what we have.
Within reason, because
Yeah.
it was so deflating.
It was.
I was deflated watching it.
Yeah.
I was deflated more so for you
Yeah.
for chopping up their final thing, and then
exactly.
like, holy hecker,
Yeah, but we're like, hey, it's what it is. It's our first one.
Yeah.
how do we salvage it?
Exactly. We've got a little something.
Can you salvage it?
That's what it is. But then on top of that, Miles came through in the clutch with another great promo idea.
Did he?
Did he? No, which like he simplified the process a lot, and I think we got something dope out of it. Do you want to touch on that?
Yeah, that was also an interesting process too, because after we watched,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out which one.
No.
yeah, which one? Which one?
Wait, which one? Did he do another one?
Just carry on.
Just carry on. No, and so we yeah, we did all of that, and
Yeah.
then so we were like, you know what, we'll reconvene,
Yeah.
and this weekend we'll see if we can do something else.
Come up with something
Right.
else. Yeah.
So
Because
now,
again, launch day is
yeah,
fastly
launch
approaching.
day was like that Sunday.
Yeah,
right. So on the
And
Saturday,
I was telling them, there's no way I'm pushing this out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no. So that that day, I thought of an idea. Oh well, I kind of got inspired of like an Instagram thing, and then I was like, all right, cool. Let me try execute this. So
Yeah.
we filmed all this stuff. We took all the photos, whatnot, and then I'm thinking, okay, cool. I get like an additional 7 days, and Martin's like,
Oh, the boss
yeah.
man.
So Monday, good. And I'm like, huh?
'Cause,
Yeah, you mean
3 days is
Monday next Monday? He's like, no.
Nah.
No,
72
like
hours.
2 days from now. Yeah. Bro, when the boss man sets a deadline,
Yeah.
yeah, you
Meet him.
better.
You
Yeah.
gotta meet him.
You know what
gotta meet
time
him.
it is,
Yeah.
bro.
And when I tell you, I nearly fried my eyes. I was looking at my screen for 16 hours.
You put your dissertation on hold for
Oh,
a
I
day.
put that
You
on
put many
hold,
things on hold for it, mate. You put his whole
Honestly.
life on hold.
right?
Yeah.
And yeah, because my mom even came in and she's just like, "Are you working for the fucking prime minister or something?" She was
I
like,
mean,
I've
that's
never
what it
seen
is.
you work
I
this
mean,
hard before.
that's
And
what
I'm
it
like,
is,
"Man,
you
so
know?
look like
That's
Pro
what
Marta
it
gave
is.
me that Monday deadline. I've
That's
got
what
to
it
do
is.
it.
I gotta
Just
do
give her a
everything
few
I
years.
can.
When she sees what we build,
Yeah.
she'll understand.
I was like, you don't have to
Exactly.
worry about the prime minister. Worry about the big heifer.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? You just gotta lay it down.
That's what it is. You know.
That's the real man in charge.
Yeah. No, so we filmed the video and we're like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
We were like, okay, we're happy with this.
Mm. And it
then-
came out dope. It came out real dope. Like,
Yeah.
you know, the
As dope as it could be.
yeah.
Nah, it was dope.
The visuals look great, and so we were like, okay, this is gonna be the was it the tease video or the launch video? I can't quite remember now.
Tease.
Was it tease?
It was both.
It was both, yeah.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like a 15-second and then like a.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be a 2-in-1.
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying is like, did we drop that video and then launch the website on the same day, or was that like?
No,
Two
it was a tease then.
Was
two
it
separate? Two separate.
Yeah.
Was it? Yeah. Okay. So we dropped that video. It went as well as it could have gone.
It went.
Given, yeah.
It went somewhere.
Given the very humble following we had on the page at that point.
It didn't do a GME to the moon, but
No,
Yeah,
it's
no.
still- yeah.
But you know, a couple mates were like, you know, cool vid.
Hey, cool. Yeah.
All right.
Cool
so we'll
video.
take that.
Yeah, I only worked, mate, 16 hours a day on it, but
cool.
I'll take a cool vid,
That's
right?
what it is, you know?
I'll take a passing cool vid, eh?
Look,
And then-
you know,
Yeah, and then so the night before we're supposed to have a big launch for the website, we're all on this fucking Skype call, and I hadn't properly seen the website up until this point, which again, hindsight, right?
hindsight.
Hindsight. The title of this episode is hindsight. Yeah. So I hadn't really seen the website up until this point, and we're supposed to launch the next day, and it's like maybe like what 8 o'clock the night before.
Yeah.
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 And Martin is, shall we say, a novice web developer, and that's being generous.
Look,
That's being
I'll take
generous.
it. I'll take it.
Yeah,
You know?
and so I had a couple bits of feedback on the website. You know, I wanted a few things changed. I thought we could have.
A couple bits of feedback per minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couple bits, maybe overhaul the whole thing. You know.
Yeah. And and like progressing throughout the night, like the level of anger
The voice, like,
was
like,
increasing.
the decibels went up.
Yeah.
You know,
On whose behalf? On mine or his?
everyone.
Everyone's just a little tense,
Because
a
I was-
little angry.
Because
Yeah.
I didn't want to hear what you had to say.
No, I totally get that.
Yeah.
I mean, I did, but just not like a few hours before we're supposed to launch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
But that's what it is.
And
Yeah,
again,
'cause-
it's
yeah.
hindsight.
Because the whole, essentially what like everyone was what we all kind of what happened was we remodeled the whole website in like 3 hours.
The
Yeah.
whole website. Yeah.
Martin had website 1.0. We turned it into website 3.0.
No, the thing is, I gave you a 1.0 and a 2.0.
Yeah, I just didn't pay
We
much
went-
attention
we
to
went
it.
We went with the 3.0.
Yeah.
So it was overhaul the website and the theme as well.
And the theme.
Completely different aesthetic,
Yeah.
completely different layout. But it's what it is, you know.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
learn these things.
Exactly. Oh,
You-
do we want to touch on the images real quick? The
Oh yeah. Let's go.
the absolute dog's breakfast that was the images.
Let's go, mate.
So we tried to do things as professionally
As we thought.
Yeah, as by the books, as nice as we thought. So, you know, we set up a little makeshift studio. Most resellers aren't even shooting these clothes on models. They're sort of just shooting them on a hanger, 1-2 angles max, and then banging.
Most of them on the floor as well.
Most of them on the floor.
Yeah, no.
But most of them hanging up in a hedge.
On a hedge, yeah. Bit of greenery here and there.
Which Miles loves.
I love a good bit of
as
greenery.
as does Martin. He's the biggest fan of it. So we were like, no, we're going to do this by the books. We're going to make it a real e-commerce site. So we're going to shoot these clothes on models. So we'd had like a whole shoot day where we set up a makeshift studio, had a backdrop, had our our nice camera, try to make it as consistent as possible in terms of the lighting, blah blah blah, everything. And so we get the images and we're ready to upload them. And Martin has set up the images in a certain size, and he's told me that he's done this. And so for some reason,
I told you the ratio I
Yeah.
used as well.
No, he'd given me all the information that I needed, and for some reason, I completely decided to ignore him and go, oh, I'm just gonna freestyle the size of these images.
Oh my god! Yeah,
this should
No,
be right.
I remember that.
Technology's
Yeah.
advanced. Surely you can just resize it on the website.
Yeah.
And we're back. Sorry, our battery died. Again, hindsight. Just one of those things.
Work ons here.
We're clearly really good at keeping things organized here. But we were talking about the images
Image sizing.
that I absolutely
Butchered.
correct. I'm glad we're on the same page again. But going back to the website just really quickly, I just wanted to talk about the way your camera was set up on that Skype call. So we started with you facing the camera, and then by the end of the night, it was sort of right here on the table.
Just out of sight, out of mind. Sort of.
And every time I'd give you a new piece of feedback, you just go, and then
It's all I could do. It's all I could do.
Yeah.
No choice.
yeah. But no, we ended up with a website that we were all pretty proud of. You know, we thought it was cool, and we launched, and we absolutely crushed it. Sold every single shirt.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, and that's all she wrote.
yeah, and so thank you guys for joining us, and
Cheers.
it's been a good one.
So
No.
what was crushed besides our souls?
Absolutely nothing. So this is where we want to sort of get into what goes into actually like running one of these businesses and one of these pages. It's a lot more than just creating a website, creating a page,
As
and
we're finding out.
and uploading a few photos. The clothes don't just sell themselves. What do you, from your guys' perspective, what do you think went wrong in that first little stint that we had?
A few things.
Yeah, well, just maybe just one or two things, like just from launch.
Yeah, I think I came in a little too heavy with that deadline.
Yeah,
But like you set a deadline, you think you can work to it
yeah,
and meet it. We met the deadline.
Yeah.
The second one, the third one. We met one of the deadlines.
yeah. We definitely met one of them.
But yeah, I think we forced the content out
Do you think so?
without like drumming up interest.
Yeah. So
know?
that's sort of where I was going to
You're
lead
allowed to
into.
just, like, force it, but
Yeah.
we didn't drum up the interest.
Yeah.
You know? We just thought like, yeah, we get enough traction like just naturally, organically.
Yeah. Doesn't work like that, eh?
Apparently not.
Doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
Do you have?
Yeah, just kind of off the back of what Martin said, kind of we just saw these resellers on Instagram who put on half the effort we do.
Yeah.
And they sell out immediately. So we're like,
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
We found that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We never thought there was anything wrong with it.
Yeah.
We just didn't want to, we just wanted to be
Be a little.
different.
Yeah.
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 You gotta
Exactly.
come in if you want to, because we're not changing the game, so we want to add our own sort of twist to it.
Totally.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as far as we're concerned, those things we did were
Yeah. Exactly.
And
And
obviously these guys are doing well, killing it.
yeah.
Kudos to them.
Yeah. Totally.
And we just wanted to come in a little bit differently.
Yeah, because when you're coming into a saturated market, you want to sort of set yourself apart a little bit.
A little bit of point of difference.
Yeah, and we're all pretty like naturally, creative guys anyway. So we don't just want to do like stuff by the books and like, just your stock standard content. We want to do something a little bit different.
Definitely not.
Like, yeah, have a point of difference essentially. And so we thought that was going to be the thing that was going to really generate sales and make a difference for us. But clearly it didn't. If no one knows about you, no one knows about your cool content, and no one knows about your shirts, and no one's going to buy the shirts. So where we sort of went wrong was not enough people knew about us in order to actually enjoy and consume this cool content that we were creating. So we hadn't cultivated enough of a following
That's definitely
initially.
not, yeah.
But
That's
we
still something we're trying to.
100%. We still haven't done that at all. And so we had like, a fucking Spick website and 50 t-shirts live and these two cool videos that we'd spend entire weekends on. But instead you probably need like maybe like 50 or 60 just photos and videos and things like that. And maybe you're selling 20 shirts and you sort of organically and slowly start growing before you really get to the point that we started off at.
Yeah.
But so we learned that, and then what did we do? We decided to sort of scale things back.
Yeah, we try to reverse engineer it.
Yeah,
You know?
because that's all you can do.
That's all you can do.
Yeah.
And so we did that. So
Pull the website.
Pull the website.
Yeah.
Went back to like what we enjoy doing, which is making the content, right?
Yeah.
And trying to figure out how others do it
Yeah.
and still put our twist on it, right?
Yeah.
So like, how do they release a certain amount? Like, how do they release their drops? How do they build the hype, the interest into the next drop?
Yeah.
And then how do they maintain like interaction? How do they maintain the
the following,
Following,
essentially.
you know?
Yeah.
And so that's where we're at right now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And we sort of changed our mentality to content first, and that's sort of what this is as well. Like, we want to make this this page essentially a hub for all of our content, whether it's set the tone related, whether it's crew related, or anything. It's essentially it's the same three guys, and maybe a fourth Eddie or whoever else we bring in. But for the most part, it's us three just giving you an inside look into anything, and whether it's the podcast or the vintage stuff.
Yeah.
And we want to make that the focus point because that's the stuff that we all enjoy making.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then if people want to buy into us and support, then the t-shirts are one way of doing that. And hopefully we have more ways in the future. But for start off, vintage tees are our current avenue to generate revenue and support from our followers.
We like the vintage shirts.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it's not like a random product for us.
Nah,
It's something
it's
that
not
we all
random,
rock.
yeah.
We all mess with.
It's not an original, but like the handpicked stuff things that we like, things we think people would like
Totally.
as well, like like-minded people, and just
Yeah, and at some point we want to start creating our own unique pieces as well.
Eventually, yeah.
Down the line.
If we get the chance.
Yeah, exactly. Which we hope people will mess with as well. But again, that comes off the back of just creating consistent quality content that people buy into.
100%.
Yeah, I guess my question would be, what's one lesson you would change? Oh, what's one thing you would change? I think you already kind of touched on it, but what's one thing you would change if you could
Do it all over again?
get into a time machine?
Oh yeah, go on.
Start earlier. No, legit. I wish I started earlier.
Yeah.
Just because then I probably still would have made the same mistakes, but I would have had more time up until this point.
Right.
I mean, like, yeah, I'm just gonna say like just start earlier.
Mm.
Would have learned the same lessons, maybe a little bit. Maybe if I had more time, would have learned them a bit easier. But we've learned the harsh ones, and we're just gonna learn a lot more.
Yeah, totally.
But yeah, legit. Just I would have liked to start earlier. Cause I did want to start earlier. COVID messed it up a little bit. But yeah, that's my one.
Nah, yeah, safe.
There's a lot, but
I think they're good. Like they're good mistakes to make along the way.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like,
definitely.
That's the stuff that you sort of look like. It creates stuff like this where you can like look back and go, damn. Like remember that lesson we learned. Like it's all just lessons at the end of the day. Like where we've got to and where we're hoping to get to is just going to be filled with mistakes and lessons that we learn along the way.
Yeah,
so I don't know. For me, like time machine, I don't really know. Like it's
we have to learn the lessons regardless.
Yeah, I think I like the way we sort of did. Like obviously it's not the ideal way to do it, but like it's what it is. It's we did it our way, and we were like, okay, this doesn't work. Let's pivot. Let's scale back. Whatever. I think we.
And we'll always do it our way.
100%.
And that's we're gonna need to start asking more questions.
Yeah.
Because we ask each other questions all the time.
Yeah.
But sometimes we can't answer those questions.
Totally.
So there's only so much trial and error you can do.
Yeah.
But I've enjoyed it so far anyway.
No, 100.
We'll
What about you,
continue to
Miles?
Yeah, I guess just more on my end, kind of more research into just making, like, just the marketing side of it.
Yeah, we sort of just learned on the fly.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Learning.
Yeah.
on the
Yeah,
fly.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
There's all sorts of different like marketing strategies,
yeah.
and you're the only one in the marketing field,
But like barely.
relatively.
Yeah.
And then like we just consume,
Yeah, totally.
We're just
Yeah.
consumers at the end of the day,
Yeah.
and so we're trying to project stuff that we'd like to consume.
Yes.
Which is this is part of it.
100%. Yeah.
And so yeah,
I personally think learning on the fly is a good thing, but it's also frustrating.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
you got to be patient. You know?
and it's time consuming. That's why I said I wish I started earlier.
Exactly.
Because I wanted to,
Yeah.
but didn't.
Yeah.
It's
But I
That's what it is.
almost don't mind that. But yeah, you got to be really patient with it and patient with yourself in the process. Sorry to cut you off. Keep going.
No. Yeah, that's about it. Because even now, I'm kind of like following a lot more fashion dudes on like Instagram and just seeing how
Yeah.
they market their shit. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
But yeah, the one thing I think with us is we're not selling fashion. That's the biggest thing.
Well, yeah. Well, we're not
Yeah.
really even. I think
We're not selling.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're not
we're
even
not
really
selling.
selling a product.
Yeah.
Like we don't.
But in terms of marketing, seeing how they market,
Yeah.
It's
and-
unique.
yeah.
Yeah.
it's almost like it's like, okay, let's not do that.
Yeah.
Or let's manipulate that
Yeah.
Yeah.
method. Yeah, because we're not trying to sell anything.
Yeah, that's
No,
like
that's the
that's
thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a real peek behind our curtain. Like,
Yeah.
like we legit have these chats like just sitting around, you know.
Because like going back, like the sales or the lack of sales is not what's killing us.
Doesn't
It's-
bother
it's
us
the
at all.
like, damn, that video didn't hit.
yeah.
No, it is.
Oh, that collage didn't hit.
Yeah.
That pic didn't hit.
Yeah,
You know?
because that's the stuff we care about is like the
Yeah.
actual like you can play like a drinking game with the amount of times I say content in this episode, but it's actually it's
That's
the
what it
content
is.
that we create. Like that's the stuff that we're really proud of. It's
Yeah.
not. It's
Yeah.
not. We don't care about the transactions as much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
'cause-
the audience engagement.
Yeah.
100%. And so again, that's just another learning curve, and we're just trying to cultivate that as much as we can.
Definitely.
Yeah.
anything else?
Kind of, I don't know. Listen, things you want to do in the future. Like, how do you want to see crew progress?
Well,
Because there's like a natural progression, but how
Yeah.
do you envision it?
Well, so we've sort of had a chat recently where we want crew to be something that's something that grows off the back of content on Set the Tone, but Set the Tone will just be, it won't necessarily just be the podcast, even though it's the podcast name, but we want that to be like the hub of all the content that we create, that we want it to sit there, and then if people want to buy a shirt, then they go over to crew, and we want that support to grow off the back of the content, because that's
Or-
the stuff
yeah.
that we miss with
Or
the most.
don't buy a shirt, but enjoy the videos.
100%.
You know, that's like, you know,
Yeah,
as long as you enjoy the video, we enjoy that.
exactly. That's really what we care
But
about.
if you
Yeah.
don't, tell us what you would like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean we'll execute it, but
Yeah.
at least we know.
At least we know. Yeah.
But that was just the that was the distinction right there. Whereas like we went from like a selling model,
Yeah.
having the
Yeah,
website and
and
everything,
that's
100%.
you know,
to this.
that's one of our many learnings.
Yeah. But it's weird that we entered it and we entered into the space as a selling
Selling
model,
model?
because
Yeah.
that's not who we are at all
Yeah.
I mean,
as
out,
people.
out the gate, we said that's not how we're gonna do it,
Yeah.
and for some reason,
We still did it like that.
Yeah.
Which is super weird.
yeah. I mean, you only know what you know. You
Yeah.
don't know what you don't know.
Yeah. And
Um,
I think when you have like a tangible product, it's very easy to just make it a very transaction based, like a sales based product.
Yeah.
Whereas that's just in like clothes are clothes, right? Like that's just a t-shirt. Like the stuff we want you to mess with is like the three of us, and that's when you know it's real.
Yeah. Still building.
Still building. Oh, huge
Yeah, yeah.
building blocks ahead. But now if you guys are happy, do you want to wrap this one up? Or how much? What do you reckon?
Yeah, I wrap it up. Yeah,
It's about what, 40, 30, 35, 40?
40 odd.
I'm happy with that. Are you guys
Sweet.
happy with that?
Wrap it up because we got heaps of these to come. So
Yeah, exactly.
Save
So,
it.
Sweet as. Thank you guys for joining us on the first episode of new series.
it's a working.
It's a working title.
working title.
Yeah, hopefully that has a name by the next edition. But if you guys enjoyed this, please let us know. Or if you want to see other things related to crew or set the tone behind the scenes, whatever, let us know. Maybe even if you don't want to comment and look like a fool, just DM us individually or DM the page.
Yeah.
As long as you give us some feedback, that's all we really want. But no, thank you guys for joining us. Cheers.
Thank you.
On the beat. Yeah. I mean, where the fuck should I really even start? I got hoes that I'm keeping in the dark. I got my niggas across the street living large. Thinking back to the fact that they dead, thought my raps wasn't facts, so they sat with the bars. I got 2 phones, one needed charge.